So we just finished watching the most recent season of Survivor, and when we saw that there was a now Survivor card game, we had to give it a shot. And we just finished our first playthrough of it, and it is one of the most well-made and entertaining games that I have ever played. So we're gonna show you how to play the game and kind of what it looks like. So this is a game for 3 to 6 players, depending on how many players you have, how quick you're playing it. You can expect it to take anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. It's about how long it took us. We played in about 45 minutes. As you open the box, you'll have a couple different things you see. First, you'll have 67 different action cards, which are these cards here in the orange. You also have 12 character cards. You'll see these here, and you'll see some of your favorite characters from past seasons of Survivor and some from the newer seasons of Survivor. You also have one voting box, which doubles as the game box that all the cards come in, and it has the voting spots here, and you can open it up and tally the votes. Super good design there. And then you'll also have the rule book that comes in the box and tells you everything that you need to know about the game. So as you're setting up the game, each player will receive 2 character cards. These will act as your lives in the game. As people get voted out, they'll flip over these cards, and if you get voted out once, you still have a second life in the game. You're not out until both of your cards are flipped over. You'll also receive 3 action cards. If we look at the yellow team here, we can see what they got. They received an immunity idol, a reward challenge, and an inheritance card. And you'll be able to use these throughout the game. And the last thing you'll receive at the start of the game is a vote card. This is what you'll use throughout the game to cast votes, to figure out who you want to vote out. So each turn at the start of the game, you'll pick a player to go first. We'll say that the yellow team decided to go first here. The first thing that they'll do is steal a card. You can't avoid making enemies in Survivor, so you have to pick a player to steal a card from. Say they pick the blue team here, and they randomly choose this card. They then add it to their hand. They can then look through their hand, decide if they want to play any of their cards, resolve any of the actions from playing those cards, and then finally end their turn by drawing a new card from the top of the deck here. It would then move to the left to the red team, and they would go through the same thing. They now see yellow has a lot of cards. They want to take one of those. They'll go through, play any cards if they want to, discard them, resolve the actions, and then finally draw their card. And then blue team would do the same thing, end with drawing their card, also maybe steal a card here. And now we're back to yellow, and the top card here is a tribal council card. These cards will be spread throughout the deck as you start the game, and when it is drawn by the yellow team here, we immediately go to tribal council. This is just a single elimination. There are also double eliminations, but in this case, it's just a single elimination tribal council. Players will then have a chance to play any tribal advantages that they have, to add extra votes, to be able to take the tribal leader role, or to be able to give another player an extra vote, different things like that that lets you do it tribal. You also have the chance to discuss with the other players, and either privately or as a group, to discuss who you want to vote out. When it comes time to vote, each player will close their eyes, and the tribal leader, the person that revealed the tribal card, will first place their vote in the box. Say they want to vote for the red team here, and slide it in there. They'll then pass the box to the red player, who will open their eyes and privately cast their vote. Maybe they voted for the blue player. And box gets passed over to the blue player, who also votes for the red player. Everyone then opens their eyes, and the yellow player, who is the tribal leader, will open up the box and start to count the votes. So they'll see 1 vote for blue, 2 votes for red, and the player in red is now voted out and flips over one of their 2 cards. If there is a tie, the tie is always broken by the tribal leader, who is the one that flipped over the tribal council card. Once we get to the point there are only 2 players left, so just in an imaginary scenario here, let's pretend the yellow and blue player really don't like this red player and decide to vote him out again at the next tribal council. There are now only 2 players left, and we immediately go to the final tribal council. If you've seen the show, you know the game now switches from the active players being the ones with the power to the players that have been voted out. They get to decide the winner. They'll go through, they'll be able to ask the final 2 players any questions. What was their strategy in the game? What was their best move? What would you do differently? Things like that to get a sense for who they think played the best game. Then on a count of 3, all the eliminated players will point at the player they think played the best game and should win and be the sole survivor. If it is a tie, the player who is voted out last gets to break that tie, but whoever gets the most votes wins the game and is the sole survivor. It's a super fun game. We had loads of fun playing it, and it'll definitely be one that we bring to the table pretty often.